Hi, my name is Nyla, and I am 7 years old. I like my astronomy class, and I am loving it. And I've been learning my planets like the moon and Earth and the Venus, Mercury, and astronomy class is awesome. I've been learning about like Egypt and that stuff. And king and queens and yeah. And pyramids and yeah.
What do you think thus far of the International Homeschool Program?
I believe it's the best investment I could have made for my daughter and for myself as well, because learning astronomy and African heritage, it was needed. It was much needed, and um,
Oh, yes, my family. Give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie the First. Of course, you know, you're still in the tiger's nest. Remember, as I always say, there are many, many lions then, but there's only one tiger's nest. Give thanks, family, for your presence with us. You know, today I have something exciting I want to show you, and it's all part of even making you aware that we are definitely looking straight ahead towards June the 21st. I'm talking about the summer solstice itself. And of course, you know, every year we have an experience around the summer solstice from the 17th to the 24th day of June 2020 is Rastafari Experience. Antigua presents the summer solstice experience. Specifically, you don't know that's a double hike to Green Castle Hill, the cannabis tour. This year we'll be having our yoga retreat, the island tour, the star watch night, and listen, so many things. But hey, I'm going to give you a better explanation in a moment. We're going to take a little drive. And yeah, man, you're going to take a little drive with me in a moment. Don't go anywhere at all. And I'll give you the full run up, not necessarily run down, run up on what is taking place this year for the summer solstice experience. But before we go there, I just want to quickly highlight something to you. Of course, this is a beautiful view looking into an area known as Christian Valley. This is from, you know, not exactly at the top or the apex of, but this is very high up on Green Castle Hill. You see one of the beautiful megaliths sticking out there, and all over here is megaliths. You know, this, you see these little things pointing out, that's several hundred feet away, and we're talking about some volcanic rocks just protruding out of the earth. I mean, most of you, although you may not have been here to Antigua to experience Green Castle Hill, I'm hoping you're coming this June, but for sure you have an idea what Green Castle Hill is all about. And you know that it's a natural, fully natural hill with great volcanic rocks, as I just said, protruding out of the earth, growing out of the earth like the fever grass and the trees that are up there as well. And they're there in the countless of stones, really. And listen to this, they are aligned with the movements of the heavens. They are aligned with the astronomical clock. But you understand that, you know, most of you have definitely followed us and have a good understanding of this. But here now, being at Green Castle Hill is obviously tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of years old because it's geology. We discovered 3 temples. I want you to hear me good, eh? We discovered 3 stellar temples. And the reason why I call them stellar temples, because they were built specifically, yes, they are aligned to the 4 cardinal points, but it would appear, especially at the main temple, that the entrance is to the north. Now, that means that the eastern gate will be perfectly aligned to the equinox, whichever equinox it is, the sunrise of the equinox, and the eastern gate, or the western gate, pardon me, will be aligned perfectly to the sunset of any one of the equinoxes. But listen, I don't want to go too deep into all of that yet. Let me just show you quickly. These are some of the photos, that was taken a few Sundays ago. And we are highlighting here with clear understanding that, remember, Greencastle Hill, again, it's a hill of volcanic rocks, megaliths just littered all over the hill, the vast majority of them coming out of the earth. You have a few stones here and there and boulders that may be laying down, but we're talking about a geological phenomenon that is obviously going tens of thousands into hundreds of thousands of years. So really, outside of, let's say, the grave of the former colonial governor that is on Greencastle Hill, that's Governor Baldwin. I hope you know the story of it. I don't even want to go too deep into that. But just like Cecil Rhodes, who had himself buried at the top of the Matoba Mountains when he passed on, well, the same thing that one of the slave masters did around here, one Oliver Risdale, the Earl of Baldwin, Governor Baldwin specifically, and he was buried at the top of the hill there. Let me just give you a quick look at even where he was buried quick. I don't really like to highlight this too much, but that is his tomb. Okay, enough said with that. But what I'm saying now, this vast area, you can see the area is so vast. There is a specific area on Greencastle Hill that we call the Equinox City. And we uncovered, I don't like discovered, we're not dissing nothing. We uncovered the ruins, Listen to me. We uncovered the ruins of the foundation of 3 stellar temples. I want you to get this good, Now, you would have, many people would be going up Greencastle Hill, even with us, and passing over these temples, walking on them, and not really taking note of what is taking place, because there's so many rocks just there. But on closer observation, I noticed that, I just noticed that it's a foundation. I noticed that these stones obviously built in a specific array. And not only that, but the corners were perfectly squared. Not a square, In fact, the temples are rectangular in shape. The largest one is about 20 by 12 feet, but when I say square, the corners are right angled, specifically 90 degrees. So with closer observation, we notice specifically that, listen, this is something well designed. As I said, it is the ruins of what would have been the foundation of a temple. And as I said, we're dealing with 3 temples here, and these are stellar temples. The entrance of the main temple is specifically pointing to the northern celestial pole, where you have the pole star, specifically Polaris, So what I'm saying, when you come this time around in June, you will see firsthand the levels of works that we are actually doing on Greencastle Hill. But family, let us go and take the ride that I've been telling you about. And during the ride, I will give you more information on exactly what is happening in June.
Blessed love family. You done no life given the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie I. All doings and sayings. Give thanks for coming through. As you can see, the tiger's nest is on the move. Right here, live and direct. Ancient and modern Anu, Antigua. Yeah, and since I mentioned ancient and modern Anu, let me just put you on target right now, family. You see the 17th day, Friday the 17th day of June. You listening to me? Friday the 17th day of June, family. I am looking forward for your presence with us right here in Antigua. I know some of you might be saying, so what's going on in Antigua on Friday, the 17th of June? Well, it's not just about Friday, the 17th of June. You need to make up your mind. I hope you're listening to me good. You need to make up your mind to be with us from Friday, the 17th of June. That's the day that you're coming. You're landing here on Friday, the 17th of June. And you are leaving here, if you want to leave at that time, on Friday, the 24th of June. This will be the time frame of our 2022 Rastafari Experience Antigua Summer Solstice Experience. Now remember, yeah, this is something that we do each and every year. Our Summer Solstice Experience. Of course, we just came off of the Spring Equinox Experience, and we are putting you in order from early now to make sure that you are here with us for 7 days. Remember, when it comes to the experience that we provide for you, basically it is surrounding the the whole aspect of the preservation of the national treasure, which is Green Castle Hill. So obviously, we're gonna have some wonderful hikes to Green Castle Hill. Our morning hike, our evening hike, and of course we will have other activities surrounding that 7 day period that you will definitely be here in Antigua with I and I. So of course, you know, we definitely will be entertaining the cannabis tour. We do a cannabis tour each and every year. And when we do the cannabis tour, what we do? We take you amongst, well, the cannabis plant. And by that time, let me just give you a secret, family. Let me just give you a secret. By June, those of you who were with us last month for the spring equinox, well, those of you who are going to come here in June, I don't mean virtually, I mean literally, this is going to be more than a cannabis tour. You serious about cannabis? No, no, no. Let's talk straight now. Are you serious about partaking of the best marijuana that you can find? Well, I'm telling you, you will be in the right place at the right time. I'm talking about in June when we have the summer solstice experience.
Yeah, pardon me, family, not to just stop you there, just collecting some gasoline there, but you know, just highlighting, giving you a good detail of exactly what is taking place here. Yeah, man, remember the cannabis tour also comes with the chalice talk. Let me just make it clear, because I don't think I said that in the move. Yes, we're looking for you to come down with us, but also we still will be virtual as always.
Everyone plans their vacation.
Yeah.
I know you're planning your vacation. You may be, all right, thank you very much. I know you're planning your vacation. You know, you may be saying, hey, we were going to Disney World. I hope not. Maybe you wanted to go to China. Maybe you were going to Japan. I don't know where you were going. But I'm telling you, family, that take it from me. The 7 days that you're going to spend with us here in Antigua is definitely something that you will not forget. And in fact, you will appreciate for a very long time. Not for a long time, for life. Because as I said now, when you land, we're going to have a meet and greet the evening. You know, so we're your accommodations, of course. Let me make this clear: accommodations, uh, uh, your meals. The meals for sure will be top vegan, you know, ital meals, and I know everyone can partake of vegan food. Everybody cannot eat meat and these kind of things, but for sure, everyone can partake of vegan food. Of course, it's just up to you. You know, we'll make sure that we make it available for you that you can contact us and let us know even beforehand whatever allergies you may have. So we make sure we take special care of you. But breakfast, lunch, and dinner will be provided. You will be the one that would have to strike that out of the all-inclusive package that we have prepared. And then at the same time, after the evening of the meet and greet, the next day, which will be the Saturday, which is the Sabbath, you will be taking in a sabbatical Rastafari ceremonial service. So in other words, we're going to Sabbath service. So imagine that you're coming in. Make sure you bring some nice white clothes, family, for the Sabbath service. So we're going to take in the Sabbath service the Saturday morning. And then, of course, you know, in the afternoon, you would come and rest up again at your hotel room. And then in the evening, we will be going to another wonderful gala affair where we will be having a, 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 uh, a lecture night. And we will have some of our historians. We will definitely look to have the griot Paddy Simon. I think everybody knows him by now. He is our national griot, which is our local verbal historian, and he will be definitely giving us, you know, more insight on what you will be expected to see the next day when you go to Greencastle Hill. So that will be the Saturday evening. You haven't reached the Greencastle Hill yet, you know. But as you could see, so many things have already happened and you have not reached the Greencastle Hill. Now, the Sunday morning, you're going to get a taste of the beach. You'll be, you know, we'll take you to the beach and we'll have yoga on the beach specifically. And now remember, we're having a grand yoga retreat within this whole 7-day period. But this is not the yoga retreat. This is morning yoga exercise. This will be the Sunday morning now, which will be the 19th. Let's keep these dates in mind. Saturday is the 18th and Sunday will be the 19th. So we have that wonderful, you know, yoga and the beach. So you can do the beach, you can do the yoga, and then you return back to your hotel room and you rest a bit because you have a big afternoon and evening ahead of you. Then in the afternoon, we'll have what is known as the first hike, the sunset hike. And the sunset hike now, obviously, to Greencastle Hill, amongst the megaliths that align with the movements of the heavens. I think that most of you would know exactly what I'm talking about by now. And then at the same time, not only will we observe the sunset, but we will be there when the sun has set, and then we'll be observing the stars as they come out. It will not be a moonlit night, but the stars definitely will be out. And what we will be doing is observing the astronomical clock. So it's actually our star watch night. You understand? We will be, remember, you know, Greencastle Hill is an ancient observatory. So we got to keep all of this in mind. In the ancient times, this is where the ancient ones would have come and observed the heavens. There are countless of rocks up there, all aligned with certain aspects of the movements of the heavens. And because of the research that we have done, and of course, speaking as an archaeoastronomer myself, I can honestly say that I am positive that I've done more work on Greencastle Hill as it relates to understanding the connection between the rocks and the stones than any other scientist that has come here. Number one, I'm the only archaeoastronomer in Antigua. That's number one. And there are very, very few of us even in the region. So there you go. And I'm not saying that you have to be certified to do research, because I've been doing research on Greencastle Hill way before I got my certification as an archaeoastronomer. So don't think because I have a little paper here or there, I'm using that as if that's some sort of boost. No way. No way. To be very honest, that has only been acquired so that certain people would listen. Because some people act as if they don't want to hear unless you have some kind of paper, especially if you are Rastafari. I'm telling you straight how it is. Family, this is a battle, you know me, just to preserve Greencastle Hill. That's why I appreciate those of you who will be coming to support, because when you come, you know, you're actually supporting the cause to preserve Greencastle Hill. If you understand the importance of Greencastle Hill, then you would maybe be lacking the understanding of why they are destroying such a sacred hill. You know, this is the whole vibes here. You know, here you have such a sacred hill, you have such a national treasure. You know, unlike anywhere else in the world, where you have countless of rocks. You've seen the pictures. Where you have countless of rocks, not no rocks you can count. I'm saying thousands. You can't put a number to it. And it's more than thousands. It is more than thousands. It's in the millions. I'm positive that the rocks on Greencastle Hill, I shouldn't be driving and doing this, but I just want you to understand. I just want you to be clear that the rocks on Greencastle Hill are way beyond the hundreds of thousands. I'm telling you for sure. Yeah. If we had to hazard a guess, it's not in the thousands. It's not in the hundreds of thousands. It's definitely in the millions. And it could be more, especially um, with the hill in its original state. Yes, you have sirens and so around here too. So, but the point I'm making here, as an ambulance going somewhere there, more than likely to the horse stable. But what I'm saying now, family.
Well, let me make a point here, you know, just to be clear that even what I'm showing you here, I want to be clear. I mean, I know most of my audience have a good idea of the rocks on Greencastle Hill and, you know, how they are located, etc. Even if it's just through certain videos and maybe pictures. So I just want to be clear that the photos that I've picked out here for you, this is Greencastle Hill, you know, but the vast majority of the photos that I'm showing you is of the ruin of the foundation of the ruins of the ancient temples, you know. Like, for example, this picture, you can just take a glimpse and see all the megaliths on this little peak here. The whole hill is filled with megaliths, but this specific area really stands out as it shows, again, the remains of 3 ancient temples. It's just so obvious, you know. So if this may just be the first time you're hearing of this subject, I don't want you to confuse what I'm showing you here with the countless of megalithic rocks that are on the hill, you know. But this still stands out because Greencastle Hill is not necessarily known for any ancient temple. The hill itself is seen as a temple. You know, the hill itself is seen as an ancient, you know, place of worship. But yet, obviously, with a history that has gone hundreds of thousands of years as a geological monument, it's not nothing nobody built. It's not hard to believe that within its history, you know, ones would have come, even if it was 600 years ago, and would have erected specific temples that align with the movements of the heavens. And again, just like the pyramids in Giza, these are mountains in the background that look like the pyramids in Giza. Just like the pyramids in Giza are built to align with the Orion's belt, I'm telling you, the temples that we just uncovered on Greencastle Hill were built in the same way as the pyramids and as the way that Orion's belt is structured. But anyway, pardon me for that. Let us continue.
So when you come on this experience with us, you know, you are actually making a mark in the preservation of our ecology, of nature, of Greencastle Hill. There's a reason why they're destroying Greencastle Hill. It's not because of ignorance. You know, the people were ignorant about Greencastle Hill for years. Those who are destroying it, I am positive they know what they're doing. But with the advent of Priest Isaac, even before I was priest, the educational drive for Greencastle Hill began. And in all due respect, don't get me wrong, the community where Greencastle Hill is, which is the Benders community, the Benders community group, even before I knew of the hill properly, as I said, even as a child, my father would have worked at the same quarry company that is destroying the hill. So I knew of the hill, but I didn't really know of the hill on that level. You comprehend? But the people of the community, the Benders community group, for years they've always had hikes specifically on Whit Monday to the very same Greencastle Hill. And you know, the basic history of the hill, the old people of that community would know. That is why people like Brother Paddy Simon will be coming to give the lecture even the night before your first hike. But what I'm saying now, there's more than just the history of the hill and the modern day history of the hill. There's an ancient history of the hill. There's an ancient mystic, and the hill, of course, itself is like the pattern of the heavens in stone, is like a stone book. It's a mystic hill. It's a hill that needs to be unraveled. The mysteries needs to be unraveled, and that is what we have been doing for almost 2 decades now. This is why we could write the book Anu, Ancient and Modern. You know, this is why we could highlight specifically to the people, you know, that the specific rocks that align with the thrones align specifically with what you call it, the Sirius star itself, you know. And then you have to consider even pardon me there. You have to even consider not only the thrones, but the vulva and the phallic. We have decoded exactly when the vulva aligns with the phallic. That is very serious. We were the ones that brought in the components of the hills across the road that look like the pyramids. So, family, there's so many aspects of Greencastle Hill that we have unraveled, you know, and this is why we can say more than any other archaeoastronomer that has come here, because a few have come here from the University of the West Indies and even from England, and archaeologists specifically. We have a few archaeologists in Antigua, but as an archaeoastronomer, well, that's a very unique thing here in the island. So we have our backatives, family. I'm just trying to say, yes, there are those who would have spoken of the hill, but not until the advent of Priest Isaac specifically and Rastafari experience Antigua has there been such a strong educational drive and a strong understanding by the people of exactly what Greencastle Hill is all about. I would agree that many people are still very ignorant of it. Those who now know about it still, they're still void of the understanding of the importance of it, and so many different aspects that we still have to look into. But the point is that the education of it has gone leaps and bounds because of us. You know, so now the people are aware that there's something very important here. We take people up there all the time. Almost every single time we go on a hike is totally different new people. New people totally. I got the grammar mix up there, whatever. But almost every hike we do, we may do a hike once a month on a Sunday. 20, 30, maybe 40 people would come. Almost every time it's somebody new. So that will tell us that we have carried thousands of people up Greencastle Hill, literally thousands of people from Antigua up Greencastle Hill, and have brought a new awareness to many, many people of exactly what's going on up at Greencastle Hill. I've never carried anyone up there, not even, never. And they were not taken in by, number one, the beauty, and of course after we explain what's really going on, wow, then they say, well, okay, I really understand now. And of course the appreciation for the link will definitely come in. So family, again, just give me a second. I'm gonna get something here and return just a moment. Now go now, hey. All right, I return. See how quick that was? It's as if I never went anywhere. It's called technology. I press pause. Yeah, family. So I'm looking forward to your presence with us. As I said now, so after the
Your seatbelt.
the sunset hike now, which,
Okay.
as I said, the sunset hike will be on Sunday afternoon. That's going to be a festival, because that hike, we have a sunrise hike and a sunset hike, but the difference is that the sunrise hike is you're gonna have a lot of local people on the hike with us. So it's going to be like a festive vibes. People that were at the lecture the previous night, they surely will be on the hike. Ones who will not be at the lecture will surely be on the hike. Because when we really promote a national hike, a lot of people do come out. It's just us to know how much we want to promote it. If we, because sometimes over 100 people will come. So it's going to be a very nice festive event. And then the but the sunrise hike now, which will be 2 days after that, because it's two hikes they're going to do to Green Castle Hill. Trust me, when you go, you're going to want to come back to Green Castle Hill. And the morning hike, which will be the Wednesday. uh is it the Wednesday? Oh no, pardon me. The morning hike will be the Tuesday, the 21st. Actually, that day is the summer solstice day. That is going to be it's not going to be as crowded as the evening hike. In fact, it might just be us, the few of us, my visitors, and a very few other individuals. It's going to be a more serene hike, a more meditation type of hike as we observe the sunrise and you see where the sun aligns with many different stones and these different sub monuments we have at Green Castle Hill. Yes, but the day after the first hike, which is the sun set hike, and if I'm confusing you, we have the itinerary already. You can even visit um, Rastafari Experience Antigua. You can visit, that is our Facebook page. You visit our Facebook page, Rastafari Experience Antigua, and you can specifically get an idea of, the itinerary. You get an idea of exactly what the lineup is looking like. You know for sure what days, what is happening, and you can even visit our website, or you could email me, priestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com, and tell me you'd like to see the itinerary, and that's not a problem. I'll get that to you. Okay, good. So the Monday now, after the sunset hike, after the star watching evening, the Monday is a whole next day of activity. That's the day when we'll be having the island tour again and the cannabis tour. Oh yeah, that's where I was speaking of when we were at the gas station. So you'll be in a position to see and experience for yourself the high quality of marijuana, ganja, cannabis sativa that we, as the Rastafari community, is producing here in Antigua. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. You ain't gotta come and duck no police. Well, once you're with us anyway. No, straight up. That's the law. It's the law, It's the law as Rastafari, specifically within the Rastafari community. Of course, the law has some strings attached to it and a little thing next to it, but we understand how it is. And even though it's law to call it law, but there's a lot, what's the word? There's a lot that is left out of the understanding of this. So, for example, when we're talking about the whole aspect of the law, in Antigua, you could have, I think it's 4 grams. No, I got it mixed up. 4 trees, and I think 15 grams. Now, obviously, as a ganja man, the fact that I couldn't remember that shows you that that's not my level at all. I don't even know what 15 grams is like, to be very honest. But as an official member of the Rastafari community, and especially within the Rastafari compound, ganja is legal. Let's just put it that way. Once you're in, even if you're not Rastafari and you want to feel free around herb, just come amongst the Rastafari community. It's in the law. Police can't come and do you nothing. It's in the law. You understand? I'm just letting you know. So you could pack your bags and feel free to come to ancient and modern, come to Anu, come to Antigua, and freely, partake of the best ganja more than likely you maybe ever taste. We ain't talking about nothing chemical. all fully natural, you know, all naturally grown, you know, and no none of this chemical up stuff, because that's how we deal with our thing right here in ancient and modern. We make sure we keep it as natural as it can be kept. So, and that will be the Monday. That's Monday the 20th. And then now, after Monday the 20th, we're talking about Tuesday the 21st. That will be the morning of the sunrise hike. That's Tuesday the 21st. And then Tuesday the 21st, after the morning of the sunrise hike, we will actually, uh, yes, that's Tuesday. Yes, the same afternoon, because you're going to go back to the hotel and rest up, and the same afternoon we visit the beach again. So you can see, and remember, the Monday is our whole island tour. That means we're going all over the island on Monday. You're going to see all the historical sites, and that is the same day you'll be visiting the Rastafari community, where I just arrived right now. I'm at the Ras Freeman community here, um, the Bobo Shanti section thereof. So it's just going to be a joy. And then the Wednesday now, we're going to have a media day, and that will be your freedom day, meaning that, you know, wherever you may want to go, I know a lot of you going to want to come back to the Rasta camp. Yeah, man, where's the priest? We free today? Yes. Can we go to the camp and you come back for us about 4 o'clock? No problem. No problem. You know. And the Thursday now, that will be the yoga retreat, which will be hosted by the Honorable Empress Naya. And that itself will not just be for the visitors, but even locals will be partaking of that. And then the Friday, if you want to leave, you can go. But I'm sure many will be staying on. You may not stay at the same resort that we have prepared for you. You may decide to stay somewhere else. Some of you may not even want to go back where you live. Just because of the joy you are seeing here. So, family, that's giving you a good understanding, a good idea of exactly what is going up right here in Anu Ancient and Modern. As I said, I'm here on the Ras Freeman side of it. Going to hold a meditation with the Brotherhood and see how we can continue the mission of cutting.
Yeah, man, family. So, I mean, I know you get a good comprehension of what I'm saying there. And again, it's all about listening from the 17th to the 24th of June. So that's just in the next 2 months, family. So what you need to do now is just to make sure that your flight to Antigua is set. And remember, there's no need for any vaccination, proof of any vaccination when you come here. We are praying that by the time you're ready to come, you don't even have to have a test. The test stuff is still on, but I know, well, I mean, that's how the world is. But for sure, I'm just letting the family know there's no need for any vaccination. That has totally been lifted, so you can come to Antigua now without the vaccination stuff. But for the moment, you still have to have your test. You understand what's going on here at the moment. So I'm looking forward, family. Just make sure you get your tickets set. Everything is already in order. Get your tickets. Look, that's what you need to do right now. Look into your traveling. In fact, I would like you to email us too. Priest Isaac Institute at gmail.com. That's Priest Isaac Institute at gmail.com. And inquire of the connections that we do have with the specific travel agencies, and that should assist you as well, even with the cost of your ticket. And then as well, you know, once you contact us, we will make sure you get the full itinerary, you'll get the full package, the price and everything, your accommodations. You clearly heard me explain to you that your meals will be provided, because this is a wellness experience you're coming on. You know, I want you to understand this. This is a wellness experience that you're coming on, a fitness experience. What you hear going on here? It's not water slides and it's it's a hiking, it's yoga. Follow it good, eh? As I said, your vegan meals, it's so many different things. High education, you're getting lectures, historical lectures. You will be watching the stars and learning about the stars at the observatory. And so many other things. Oh, cannabis, you'll be getting a whole cannabis tour, a whole cannabis day, and reasoning on the cannabis and you know, experimenting and partaking and you know, full taking, not part, but full taking of the cannabis. So family, this is going to be such a wonderful experience. And as I say, just prepare yourself with your ticket and your accommodations. Also, we will give you all that information when you contact us. Definitely look to book the whole family and come and have a little moment with Priest Isaac and the whole Rastafari family right here in Antigua. Rastafari Experience Antigua. Definitely cutting and clearing right now. You see this stone that's sitting on here? This is a big stone, you know, with a seat that when you sit in the seat, you perfectly fit in. This was not built by no hand. This is not the foundation of no temple. You see all of these rocks behind me, them is gigantic megaliths coming out of the earth. So family, just contact us now, man. You don't know how to do it specifically. Just email us, or you can even call our WhatsApp as well and get more information exactly what you can do to make sure you are with us on the summer solstice experience. And of course, remember, we will be highlighting to you the temples, newly discovered temples on Greencastle Hill as well. I'm speaking about, you know, the sun temples, the stellar temples, definitely for each and everyone to see. Yeah, man, give thanks for taking the ride with I. Really looking forward to seeing you in June. Life giver and the keeper of life. Jah Rastafari. On the northeastern corner of the Caribbean island chain sits the gem of the West Indies, Santa Maria de la Antigua. Antigua, renowned for its sun, sea, and sand. It has also become famously known as the Stonehenge of the Caribbean. Situated between the villages of Jennings, Ebenezer, and Bendel's stands Greencastle Hill, 596 feet of volcanic rocks and lemongrass. These volcanic rocks, which are too numerous to tally, naturally protrude out of the hill and are arranged to correspond to the astronomical clock, the solstices, the equinoxes, and the movements of the stars. This has been confirmed by Dr. Maura Imbert, an astroarchaeologist who conducted a study of several keystones on Greencastle Hill. I have visited Stonehenge in England and have seen for myself the methods utilized by the government and people of that nation to incorporate Stonehenge as a part of its economical development through tourism. Infrastructure has been built around the monument, parking lot, museum, and even a restaurant. And of course, thousands flock to the site during the solstices and equinoxes, and millions visit each year. If preserved, developed, and marketed properly, Greencastle Hill, the Stonehenge of the Caribbean, could attract millions as well, in numbers of persons as well as in dollars and pounds. It will provide employment as well as career opportunities for Antiguans. and it would add to the value and appreciation of Antigua internationally. Greencastle Hill has been used for decades as a site for the creation of aggregates and building materials. As it is already a national park, we as a nation should seriously consider Greencastle Hill and preserve it and utilize it, for it is our national treasure and a sacred hill. The nations and nature will applaud us for such actions. I thank you.